Hey, we're doing string art. Here's a nice example. And, as we get started here, the first thing I want to tell you is to explore and to brainstorm what you could be doing as a string art project. So, the first thing I want to do is start looking what other people have done and just start getting some ideas. Here's a cool looking donut project. I would not have thought of this, but now that I see it, could you do a cake? Could you do other things that are food? Take a look for a while. Maybe something strikes you and gives you a different idea. Obviously, there's the really basic ideas that, a lot of people want to do. Hearts are very popular as a string art project. And so maybe I want to encourage you to, you could try a heart out. But what's your second idea? All I did was type into Google Images string art. And there are a lot of ideas. Now, some of them are just so amazing that, maybe we can't do them as our first project. Some of them have really fine detail, but I want you to see, hey, this one's got levels to it and layers and different colors, and it's a whole thing here. Okay? Now, in some cases, it gets a little bit simpler, where a student could take an idea like this and try it out for themselves. This project does a really nice job of using the nail heads, using the screws as a dark border, using different colors, and it hits a few of the ideas. For example, mix and match your colors, and remember contrast. The dark yarn and the white yarn make a nice contrast. You can really see where the mouth is. Even though it's not very thick, you can really see it there. Use the nail and screw heads for something. If you can, if there's something that you want to stand out, sure, put dark screws there. And if there's something that you don't want to stand out, make sure you put some nails there. I want to point out the resources I have. Here's a large nail. Here's a stout nail. These are out of an air nailer, but they're very handy. This is what's in here. Air nailer nails that get clipped off. So these can be simply broken apart with your finger, a scissors. They're not that difficult to get apart. And of course the screws are black, so they'll be hard to see. Nails go in important places. So you need to think about what's going to happen, where it needs to be, and how you want to space out the things that you're going to have. Or a project like this yin-yang symbol, you need to have the nails in the important spots so that you can get the shapes that you want. Now, before I leave you to start your brainstorming, I want to have you brainstorm some unconventional shapes. Now, imagine if I told you, hey, we've got these 4 scraps of wood, and we can use them as a part of our string art project. Now, the first idea that I had, the first idea that most people will have, all right, let's put them in a picture frame or put them in a square. And could this make a cool project? Well, sure. It could just make a flat project that only has nails on the outside. Could it make a pretty awesome project? Sure, it certainly could. We could have nails on the top side here, go to nails on the bottom side here. We could have nails on the inside, or patterns that only exist on the sides of the boards. For example, there's a lot of things you could just do with this shape. Let me just change something. I haven't planned this, I'm just trying stuff out. Hey, that could make something cool. Now we've got stuff that's way in the front, and we could have stuff that's way in the back. That could be a lot of fun. What about this shape? This could be a really cool twisted looking thing. We could have strings come from here on the top and go all the way down here on the bottom, and we could end up with a weird twisted dome shape. I'm just spitballing here, but there's no limit to what you can do with unconventional shapes. Don't be afraid to start with something that is not necessarily just a square or a rectangle, and give it a try. Now, I can't wait to see what you come up with, and let's make something awesome.